that's recording. See?
Oh.
So it still measures the sound, but...
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, again, welcome to KooKs. You know, we're here today with... What's your name?
Bill.
Bill what?
Krejcik.
Krejcik, is that William?
Yeah, I'll go by Bill for short.
Okay, that's great. So what position did you have?
I was in the Army. I was a cook in the Army. You do a lot more than just cooking.
Of course.
You do a lot more just than cooking. You go to the field, set up MKTs, you got to set up lines, you got to set up chow, you got to set up these pallets for food, and you got to make sure every unit gets their food out. And you got to make sure they get their certain MREs out and certain amounts out, because some of them will try to, some of the units try to get extra stuff from you.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Well, we only got so much stuff to dish out right now, and we'll get it out to you later. Just come back later.
Right.
We're allowed so many portions. You get a lot of people complain that that happens. You cook for a lot of, you work.
Do you know how many total people did you have like cooking? How many were cooking and for how many people?
Okay, we had 12 to 15 people on our section, 12 to 17 people on our section, and we'd have we'd cook for like anywhere from 8 to 1,400 people a day. 8 to 1,400 people a day.
Wow. And
when I was in Iraq, my first tour, we had 4,000.
This is in 92?
This is in 2003.
Oh, 2003. That was
Iraq OIF 1.
Iraqi Freedom.
Operation Iraqi Freedom 1.
1 was in 2000.
2003.
2003, okay.
And Operation Iraqi Freedom. OIF 3 was in 2005, 2006.
So did they have Iraqi Freedom 2?
Yeah, they had OIF 2, OIF 1, 2, 3, 4. I think one out to 8 or 9. I don't know.
So what are we doing wrong? Well, I mean, what did we do wrong with the first one, whereas we didn't free them, so we needed to do a second one, and we didn't free them, we needed to do a third one?
It's all about money.
So we're not freeing anybody?
It's all a bunch of political garbage,
Well, most wars are.
Yeah.
But
we're doing regime change wars. Cooks are kept in the dark about a lot of things, but I know as we fed a lot of people, we helped the locals out. Locals come and help us out.
Oh, really? You guys were involved with the locals?
Yeah,
that's great.
We're involved with locals. We paid them to wash our dishes and clean areas.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I thought that was really nice. We're a positive part of the community, and I'd buy them stuff. I'd buy them a DVD player. I'd buy them all kinds of neat things.
Yeah.
I'd buy stuff on their economy to help them out because they're so stuck in the Stone Age.
Mm-hmm. Do you really think America helped them, or no? No? Do you think they were better off that we just left them alone?
I think we'd better off if we left them alone.
Honestly, as an American citizen, I wish our government would leave us alone.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we'd be better off if they had left us alone a little more often.
That was the whole 9/11 thing was done with very military precision. It was all planned out. It was all orchestrated poetically. It really was. We didn't know anything about it. We were just told. I thought Saddam Hussein was. I thought we were being invaded by the Russians. When the plane said, I thought we were being invaded by the Russians. I didn't know.
This was stateside, or were you over there?
We were stateside.
You were stateside when they were deploying you?
Oh yeah, and then we got sent over there. Then it was a big.
What was going through your mind when you were going over there?
When I thought I was gonna. Of course, I thought I was gonna die, but it was like what was going through my head was like, we're gonna be there. I was scared. I was. I mean, when I first got there, I was very sick. I had pneumonia. I almost died.
Oh wow!
And 1 year to the date, after I got my first tour, I almost died of appendicitis because you can die from all that stuff over there. I knew a lot of people that literally committed suicide over there.
Wow!
It was pretty bloody. Then my second tour almost wound up getting killed over there. Almost died over there. If it wasn't for my woodworking skills, I wouldn't be alive today.
What do you want to dive into details? Can you talk about it?
Sure, that'd be great. I mean, you do more than cook. Than
I imagine, yeah.
You do a lot.
I believe me when I think of Army cooks, I think of that's the machine. That's Like Bert Kreischer's machine, but not really. Like in the cooking world, the army cook is the machine. The guy they like.
We're the secret weapon.
Yeah.
Keep people fed. Nothing moves out the military cooks.
Yep.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't got no food. You're not gonna move. You're not gonna.
I can't tell you how many armies in history, were, won solely based on keeping their army well fed and well nourished.
We had food problems our first tour too.
Really?
Yes, I have photographs of it. I was very skinny, malnourished. We had food problems, mold.
Whoa.
Food wouldn't come in on time because of the heat, because of the transportation coming in, our stuff coming in through the borders. And
it's funny, I don't remember hearing about that in the media.
They'll never tell you.
They'll never tell you that stuff.
They'll never tell you.
They never talk about the friendly fire either. Like such a high percentage.
Yeah, I remember I was in central Baghdad in Saddam Hussein's palace. I was the scrounger. I would help build stuff out of the bombed out palaces. I wanted to build a toilet. I mean, there's 15 guys in my section. There's one working toilet in my N2IC's barracks, or invented barracks. We're sleeping in the Saddam Hussein's garage. He had bazillions of palaces. He had 366 palaces. 366 of them, a lot.
Get a little closer.
He had 366 palaces, and it was very. Oh boy, they're so expensive. It's ridiculous, and they're blown to bits. These palaces are blown to bits. I scrounged through these palaces. I found kitchen equipment. I found pots and pans. I found spoons, forks, whatever we needed to use. I pulled it out.
So these all these houses were destroyed by our military, our missiles, or
some of them, and we go and I collect all these things and we use them. I mean, we made boiling pots out of it so we can clean the dishes, and the locals, we call them Hajis, and they'd use them to clean the dishes with, and we use them. It was incredible. His kitchens were incredible, very ornate, very decorative, solid gold leaf cups, real crystal. I mean, china cabinets like you wouldn't see, rounded glass with rustic, ornate designs on there. Gold toilet seats, this ridiculously expensive stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
You always wonder, like, how much is enough, for one person.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's insane. I mean, it was an very interesting country. Very interesting country. Beautifully decorated stuff. And I thought they were stupid. No, these guys are smart. They make beautiful artwork. They're really wonderful people. There's wonderful people over there. There really is.
Oh, of course, yeah.
They loved us. At the time, they loved us. In the second tour, they didn't really like us.
Well, I mean, how many times you got to bomb the neighborhoods?
It's ridiculous. It needs to stop.
If some country was bombing my neighborhood to try to save me, I wouldn't like them either.
Yeah, exactly.
These
wars need to stop.
They really do.
It's destroying our economy. It's destroying our lives. Yeah. And it's a circus.
It is.
It needs to stop. I'm speaking out against this stuff. It needs to stop. All we're doing is wasting $1 billion a day over there. I know that for sure. $1 billion a day. Maybe they got pulled out. I'm not sure. But when I was over there, we were told $1 billion a day to support this war. It needs to stop.
Like, what are we fighting over there? I don't understand. What are we fighting?
It's politics and political garbage. It's all it is. It needs to stop. We're wasting lives. We're destroying stuff. We're occupying, playing world police, doing what? This needs to stop.
I agree. I mean, if we couldn't do it the first time or the second time, what makes you think we can free these people the third time?
Yeah.
It just seems, it really seems like idiocracy is really taking over this country, unfortunately.
Yeah. People need to start getting prepared now. They
Yeah.
really, really do. My favorite TV show is Doomsday Preppers. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Doomsday Preppers.
That's my favorite TV show. Yeah.
So here's a question. Doomsday, as a cook, what do you store?
What do we store?
What's your recipe for Doomsday? What's your pantry look like?
What's my pantry look like? It's a lot of dried goodies.
Yeah, but what is it? Rice? What do you like?
I like the classic rice and beans. I do
rice and beans. Yeah, that's
I do like the number 10 can stored of fruit. Number 10 can stored of potatoes, beans, beets, stuff like that. It's not very big, but it's of what I have. But you're only good as your own supply until you get the right location, wherever that's going to be.
Right.
You want to be in a location where there's water, fresh water, and like-minded people. You really do. People need people. I hate to say it, but look where this country's going. Down the toilet and fast. If you can put this on national radio, go for it.
Well, it's a good bet this is going to come out a week or two later. So,
awesome.
Like anything we talk about current events right now is probably going to be, by the time this hits anybody's ears, this is going to be old news. So
yeah.
Whatever, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever you want to talk about.
Me, I won't.
Like, just so if you want to talk about what's going on today, this is when we're actually recording this,
Right.
the Capitol is on fire. There are supporters for
Trump supporters.
Trump supporters that are marching on Washington, and they stormed some building. They're burning. It's this and I hate to say it, but this is what happens when you have such a crooked election.
Yeah.
And it's not that me personally, I didn't really care who won, but
Right.
it sure left a sore feeling in my stomach. I don't feel like it was a legit election. I don't think anybody else felt like it was a legit election. And we sat there and watched it on TV, and this was a rigged election. I mean, this is ridiculous. Right. So I don't know. I guess I always argue with Biden supporters.
Oh boy.
They really believe in it, and I just there's just certain things I don't get. There's I've never seen Biden sell out an arena.
No.
Never seen any kind of crowds gather for him.
No way.
I've seen crowds gather for Obama. I've seen crowds gather for Trump. And yet Biden managed to get more votes than either one of those presidents.
Right.
I find that very strange.
Yeah. Pounded magically in the middle of the night.
He got me.
At ODAR 30.
Right.
How does
all of a sudden all these whatever. It's not. And they like to, well, the news is saying this. Well, the news says a lot of shit that's wrong. Right. I don't know why you're still believing it, but whatever. Garbage. I don't know for a fact. I don't know what happened, but I sure as hell don't believe it was a legit election. I really think our elections have been seriously compromised. But that's what's happening right now as we're talking.
It's insane.
Yeah.
People need right now straight up need to start getting prepared. And whoever chastising you saying, you don't get. You need to distance yourself from those people that tell you don't get prepared or don't.
Well, I mean, I think everybody needs to be prepared anyway. Right. You never know what's going to happen.
Right.
Exactly. And it could be. It doesn't even have to be our government. It could be an asteroid.
Right.
That you never know what's going to happen.
Who knows? All knows. I was being in the military, being a cook. That's a very hard job. You're up when people are still partying. Your buddies are still partying.
Yeah, you're cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right?
Yeah,
you're doing that 7 days a week, or do they give you days off?
All depends on what unit you're in. If you're in Korea, you're going to work every single day. I knew people that worked every single day in Korea. They're working 12 and 14, 16 hours a day.
Every day of their life.
In that you're deployed there for a year, you work
365 days a year.
Until you get out of there. You might have one weekend
off. That sounds like a prison sentence.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but...
Is that where they send the cooks they don't like?
If you re-enlist for a big bonus, that's most likely what they do. They're going to
really,
yeah. It's pretty insane. You got to pay a price for a price. But
wow,
I heard it's wild.
Talk about an incentive not to enlist. It's like, well, what do they care if they really need people? They can draft them. So why would they want people to re-enlist? It's like. Such a twisted way to look at it, but that's, our government.
Me, I like the fact that the military made a positive impact on my life. It really did.
It made a positive impact on a lot of people's lives. And that's, it's a great thing that I think that our country has and will always cherish our veterans. Regardless, even if the government continues to shit on them, the populace loves you, and that's all we can do for you. I don't know what else,
That's wonderful. I really like that. I really do. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, someone said something to me that it really made me feel good. Because I always see people on the side of the road, they say vets, and someone said don't ever give them money, because any vet in this country can get everything they need except for drugs.
Yeah, true.
And I was like, wow, that's really nice. That even if the government's not going to, don't worry, we got you. We're going to make sure that everybody's taken care of, and it's.
I want to put this one out there. The more skilled you are, the better in the military. Woodworking, carpentry, ceramics, stuff like that is going to save your life. It did. My second tour in Iraq, my My first tour, I got carried out. Had appendicitis. I missed meeting Arnold Schwarzenegger by one day. Yeah, I know. All that muscle.
The Governator.
Yeah,
was he the Governator at the time?
I think he was.
He was the Governator? Nice.
2004.
I don't remember what he was, but...
Something like that. And he was... I got carried out my first tour, got back to Germany. When I got back to Germany, I got the sham. We had some sham time. Mm-hmm. My buddies came back. I go, my buddy, guess what? I got put in. Goes, we're going to put you in Bravo Company's barracks. It's empty. It's a ghost. It's like there's nobody there. There's a few people there. Well, guess what? It was Jeffrey Dahmer's old barracks. I walked down my hallway and I saw this lock on a door. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, oh, it's just a locked room.
Was he in the army when he was doing all this shit?
Some of it, yes.
Ooh.
I knew something. Yeah, he's a human cannibal. Mm. He's very dangerous. And my buddy somehow slept in his room. Mm. There's an anarchy symbol on the wall. It's been painted over. And whenever he went in, my buddy's been crazy ever since. And every time they paint over, it keeps coming back. The anarchy symbol keeps coming back. Pretty spooky.
That is spooky.
Pretty spooky. I got a lot of spooky stories. But,
yeah. That was one guy nobody cared died in prison.
No, yeah, he
it was like, good job, prisoners.
Yeah. One up for the inmates.
Yeah, right.
Gave him 3 hots and a cot and a little more sham time. I know. My second tour, I was supposed to be a point man in a raid because I trained so hard. When you do a raid, it's like you're the first one in the door, first one to shoot, and kicking down doors. Mm-hmm. Well, my NCIC won the argument. NCIC,
what is that?
My NCIC, my supervisor.
Okay, what does that stand for?
Non-commissioned officer in charge.
Non-commissioned officer in charge. So it's like a sergeant.
Your boss.
Okay.
He's 67, your boss.
Okay.
My NCIC won the argument with my first sergeant. He said Krejcik's going to be put on a shit detail in the mail room. Okay. So, I thought I walked this 3 miles all the way in 125 degree heat. 125 degree heat. That's pretty hot in Iraq.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the most fun place to be, but as long as you're inside the wire, you should be okay unless there's incoming rockets. And then then it gets really fun. I walked all the way to the mailroom. When I got to the mailroom, I thought it was going to put on detail to sort through a bunch of packages. Well, it's right around the middle. It's around June. It's June 5th.
Oh, crap. I didn't put out the sign. Hold on 1 second. I got a car pulling up. Crap. You know what? I hope we don't even edit this out because this is what podcast is. One mistake after another. But okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh yeah, I got sent on this detail. I go, okay. I got walked 100.
Close the door. Or yeah, whatever. Come in. We're rolling. All right. Yeah. Go on that side of the cameras.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I got sent on this detail. And I go, I got sent on this detail, and I thought, okay, I'm going to sort through a bunch of packages, just clean stuff up. Now I'm all look. I thought to think of something really quick. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make you guys some mailboxes.
Mailboxes? What do you mean?
Mailboxes for the mailroom.
Oh, okay.
I thought of something really quick. I had to think really quick. I'm going to make these mailboxes. And he kind of laughed at me. He's like, okay, sure, whatever. So I walked outside, looked to the left side of me, and I saw this pile of dilapidated wood. It didn't look really useful. I got used to this high-tech, beautiful stuff from Home Depot and stuff like that from the wood shop because that's my hangout. That was my hangout when I was in the military. When I had time off, I went to the wood shop and I made all furniture, boxes, stuff like that. That's what I did. I made these out of the dilapidated wood. I'm all, can I get a saw? Can I get something to use?
So this is you breaking into houses?
No, it was me building these mailboxes.
Oh, what do you mean going on point though?
Oh, point man, I was supposed to be breaking in, supposed to be going inside their home, and the first person I see, I shoot. That's what a point man in a raid is.
Oh, okay.
Very dangerous. That's the position you don't want to.
So how'd you get from? I'm sorry. I need to backtrack. Okay.
Right.
How'd you get from being a cook to being a point man, jumping into houses?
That's what they.
That's the military for you, huh?
That's the military life. It's not exactly a 9-to-5 job. That's how we do. That's how they do it. You know, you're more than just a cook. You're combat arms. You can shoot. You can do this. But a cook, kind of really. I mean, really, you're that desperate. You know, I mean, we're not exactly. I don't know. We're not too conditioned for stuff like that. But good grief. But if you get some guys out there with a.
I just assumed since I knew how to cook, nobody would want me to fight. I'll just cook for the fighters.
Exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to do. And these mailboxes, I managed to make these 5 mailboxes out of dilapidated wood. I made them. They weren't the fanciest looking ones. I mean, the wood was twisted. I had to make the nails. I had to really get really smart. And so it took me 12 hours to do. I timed it. We're authorized to take our shirts off, our caps off to get this done. I cut off this wood.
What was the point of the mailboxes?
The reason why I did that is because I wanted to prevent the accidents on post. Because I don't know why, they have these 5 tons, deuce snaps, tanks, whatever, all these vehicles, and they'd somehow wind up in an accident. I don't know why.
And mailboxes are going to stop that?
Yes.
How?
I'm going to tell you why. Reason why, instead of driving to drop off your mail at the mailroom, you walk there in the local area. And then one mail guy comes by and picks up all the mail inside the mailboxes. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, prevent the accidents.
Okay.
Regional Command Sergeant Major caught wind of that because I told that to him to his face. I go, Sergeant Major, I was the one that built those boxes. Oh, yeah, you built those boxes? I did that to prevent the accidents on post. And it was pretty impressive. We had a really hardcore boss. He's a pretty tough guy, and I wanted to make him happy. I really did.
Cool.
I had to, and at the very same time, when I was making those mailboxes, the point man on that raid got killed. I was supposed to die on that night. It was June 7th, 2005. There's even footage online about it. Yes, and I was supposed to die. I knew all those guys in there in that video. And most of the guys were dead. The first one, there was a colonel. I don't know why, but he's a point man.
Colonel?
It was a colonel. Pretty high-ranking guy.
Yeah, why would a colonel be there?
I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Cooks are kept in the dark about a lot of things.
That's true.
That guy got killed. So, I mean, I couldn't figure out why one of my NCOs is going, you one smart motherfucker, Krejcik. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I couldn't. It took me 14, 15 years to figure that out. And I figured out why. I want willingness to work hard and think things differently and get something done. Anything I go outside the wire, because I'm going to tell you point blank, that war in Iraq is not worth dying for. It's not worth taking a bullet for. It is not worth shooting anybody for. It's not worth killing anybody.
I mean, seeing as how we're on Iraqi Freedom 3, we weren't able to do it the first time or the second time. Why are we trying to free these people the third time? Obviously not working. Doesn't take a genius to figure that one out.
No. $1 billion a day needs to end. It needs to end now.
So tell me about the. I remember you telling me one time about the vaccines they made you take.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of vaccines,
wonderful vaccines. I'm going to talk about vaccine damage.
The vaccine damage.
I'm going to come out about that one too. Anybody who listens to this podcast needs to understand it. Veterans need to come out and talk about what happened to them when they're in the military when it comes to vaccines, because I have a lot of damage from it. Because we've been exposed to flu shots, malaria pills.
So you take all this at once before you deploy?
Yeah, they do, to make our immune system stronger against whatever is going to be.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, and it turns out it doesn't really do that.
It just kind of...
It makes you more sicker and stupider. It causes brain swelling. It causes hemorrhages. It causes...
How do you know it causes brain swelling and hemorrhages?
Because they read it on the bottle. It's read on the bottle.
Shut up.
Yeah.
There's a warning on the bottle that says it causes head...
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't have a choice. You have to take these?
You have to take it.
Jeez.
It's because it's the way they are. I've had it happen.
Jeez.
And over a period of time, these vaccines cause a lot of damage. I'm going to tell you about the damage I have. My face is numb. Okay, I mean, my face is numb, literally numb. It's not numb enough to where it's like where you go to the dentist and they numb your face.
Right,
It's numb. There's a numbness here. There's parts of my brain that are severely damaged.
Does does liquid leak out when you drink?
Yeah.
Does it really?
I still have problems today. Eating and drinking because I eat so fast because I can't feel my face.
Right.
And it causes a lot of neurological problems, a lot of nervousness. It causes shakiness. It causes these problems. And whenever this COVID thing, I'm going to tell you what, do not take these COVID vaccinations. Do not take it at all because you're going to wind up far more screwed up than I am.
Well, I mean, there are some alarm signs that are going off for me that 18% of the case studies when they were testing it, had severe side effects.
Right.
104-degree temperature, I think I
Yeah.
read. Could be wrong,
Right.
but it's hard to tell what's real and what's not real online anymore. But
right. These vaccines we've been exposed to, see, I talk funny because of the vaccine damage.
that's because of the vaccine
Because
damage.
of the vaccine damage. It's the way I am.
Have you had a doctor tell you that, or have it checked out and had tested?
I think the VA already knows. They just want us to die off. They really do. They just want us to die off. However, they have been better. I'll admit it, they have been better. But there's ones that are just awful. There really is. I also because I was also on interferon. I was service connected for hepatitis C in the military. What
does that mean, service connected?
I made them pay for my medication and my treatment.
Oh, for hepatitis C?
Yes.
Okay.
It was hard to do. The Vietnam vets would love it because I got documentation of it. Because I listened to the Vietnam vets before I joined. Before I joined the military, I was on the streets. I was on the skids. Not skid row, but whatever. It's on the streets. Bottom line is, I was a very poor kid. Military kept me out of jail. I'm serious.
No, I know. Military's got a lot of
yeah.
benefits for a lot of people. It's too bad that there's like a downside to it because it
Yeah.
does have
Yeah.
especially for someone like just starting out that needs a little bump for education
Yeah.
or just wants to be an engineer. What
Right.
better place in the Army, to go
Oh yeah.
go work on the most advanced technology we have in the world.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Speaking of technology.
believe me, I thought about that. I'm like,
Speaking of technology, the military has some serious technology.
oh yeah,
used,
exciting stuff.
I'm used to having stuff used on me that you will not see in the real world in 50 years. When I was in central Baghdad, my first tour.
Well, wait. Now, I mean, I don't want to get treason charges,
Right.
by exploring,
Right.
saying secrets.
Right, but hey, you know what?
Start talking about some death ray where nobody's supposed to know about.
Right. Here and there I've seen is pretty wild. I had an X-ray used on me. It was a gadget to see an X-ray machine to look at my lungs. And when I had pneumonia, the screen was $25,000. The computer was $25,000.
That's nothing in military spending.
That's chump change to them.
I know.
I took it goes hold the screen, hold it against your chest, press one button, plugged in a CD, saw everything in real time, everything.
Like moving?
Yes.
Shut up.
Yes.
Wow.
I seen it in my own two eyes. I'm like, huh? Oh, because you got early stage pneumonia. Okay, take this. Bam. 10 minutes later, I walked out of there. It was over 130 degrees that day. Yes, really hot. That's pretty interesting stuff in the military. Military can be a really fun experience. It can be a really stupid experience too. But all I know is it keeps a lot of youngsters out of jail. It really does. It turns a lot of people.
It kills a lot of youngsters too, unfortunately.
Yes, it does a slow tick.
Like I said, there's always good. There's good and bad. It's
Right.
It's
Being
too
a
bad.
cook, I wanted to become a chef since I was 5 years old.
Nice.
I really did. I cooking ramen noodles when I was 5 years old, and I wanted to become a chef. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted a decent meal. I wanted to eat good. Because that's the way I grew up.
So how many years did you cook?
I did 8 years in the military.
8 years. Okay.
I also worked at a small, itty bitty small little restaurant. It was a little cafe. Many years ago in San Luis Obispo, California.
You ever thought about opening up your own little place?
Later on.
Later on.
Later on.
Well, if you ever need any help, just give me a call.
I'm gonna do that. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna do that later on, wherever I'm gonna wind up. I got an idea. Things are as tough as things are right now. I got an idea. Things are gonna pan out for me. Believe it that we're I don't know how to say it, but the tough times are tough, but the tough get going.
Yeah, all you can do is just dig your heels in and do the right thing.
And
and hope everything works out. I don't really know, there are any right answers nowadays. I can't stop arguing with people. I gotta stop arguing with people. It's driving me nuts.
Right, it's insane.
I know.
It's insane.
I've never argued with so many people in my life.
I'm like, you're a moron. Look, get prepared, idiot.
Yeah, I know.
I warn people, look, you need to get prepared. I even tell them some good websites to go to and what to do. I can tell you a good one called learnrv.com and learn how to do remote viewing and learn how to do that, because your higher mind is going to tell you where to go when you need to be safe. I'm going to tell you point blank, there's not that many locations. But, however, the best thing to do when it comes to getting prepared, I like the TV show Doomsday Preppers a lot.
I can't say I've ever watched an episode.
I got some ideas off that show.
Did you?
I really did. I'm like, I didn't think it was...
I think my kind of doomsday prep is that if this shit ever hits the fan, I'm just going to load up my restaurant and I'll have enough stuff.
You have a valid skill.
Yeah.
You can cook and portion out meals and handle a crowd, and you can please a lot of people too.
Yeah.
You seem pretty entertaining at some things. And
sometimes, yeah.
You get the music, you got the food, you got the this, you got the that. All you got to do is get to know the hunters and gatherers that's in the neighborhood.
That's right.
Or the fishermen.
That's
Bam,
right.
You got an instant connection.
That's right.
Right there.
That's right. That's kind of what I try to do now. Believe it or not, I'm trying to get away from which is so difficult nowadays. But I'm trying to get away from buying anything at the store, buying anything from any distribution point, and going straight to the farmer, going straight to the hunter. It's too bad that somewhere along the line we lost our way.
Support the locals.
Yeah,
Support
everybody needs to get back to doing that, and it's not easy. It's hard. It's expensive. I think I remember hearing on the radio that once that the most expensive pastime is gardening, home gardening.
Oh yeah,
which is insane. Like, we need to, if anything, we need to do as a country, we need to lower the cost of at-home gardening, because that's crazy. Right. Why is that so? If we're subsidizing farmers, why don't we subsidize stuff so we can farm ourselves? Right. It doesn't make whatever.
It's follow the money trail.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's
follow
like
the money trail. It's insane.
Yeah.
Common sense has been flushed down the toilet.
Ugh, yeah.
I wish you'd. Oh man, it's been quite a ride, and
So what's on the horizon for you in the future?
Well, I got to take care of myself. I got to get new windows for my trailer. I got to strengthen it up.
It's looking good.
It's
nice and shiny.
Oh, it's going to be shinier because I want to pay a professional to finish it off. But
oh, really?
I want him to. I want to pay.
Are you going to connect with that one guy down in what were you talking about? Who's this guy?
I wanted to go to. I'm not sure.
What was it? It was like what was a town called Chlorophyll or something like that?
So
not chlorophyll. It's something weird like that.
Oh, I don't.
Never mind. Maybe it was somebody else.
Yeah, someone else.
Okay.
Well, it's my little hobby. To be honest with you, had a lot of wild. The military, when you're in a war zone, your brain is like, it's firing at a different rate. When you go to sleep at night, you
ever heard any ordnance fly over you while you were cooking?
Oh, lots of it.
Really?
Oh, we had lots of it. We had a literally. I was eating in a chow hall, and my first tour, I had a very first rocket attack.
Really?
Heard his beep, like a whistle, like a whistling Pete, and everybody went outside the door loading their M16s. You know what I did? I stayed inside and started picking up people's wallets. I thought, I am not going to get shot or killed for this war. I'm like, sorry, not worth it. I'm going to go hide. As small as I am, I'm going to go hide. And I hid under the desk. I found 2 wallets and stuck myself under the desk.
So what did you do with the wallets?
I turned them into the
okay, good.
I didn't steal it. I turned them in.
Good. I just want to make sure.
I wasn't stupid. I go.
You gotta clarify that, Bill, because it sounds like you're ripping off your fellow soldiers.
I hid under the desk. I'm like, I'm not getting killed in this war. There's no way.
No.
It's not worth it.
Not the guy who's cooking. No, get down, goddammit.
Fuck that. Take fucking cover.
That's right.
Fucking. Other than that, military it's been a good thing. It really has. But are we done with these wars?
No. I mean, obviously not. I mean, how the hell did we get to the third one? That's how little I pay attention. I'm like, Iraqi Freedom 3? What the hell are you talking about? This is starting to sound like a movie trilogy now.
3, 4, 5.
Oh my God.
The real has to stop somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, let's see, we're on our I think Trump was a. Well, I guess Obama promised it 2 terms to end the war, and then Trump promised it that he would end the war, and then I'm trying to think the one before Obama, he started the war.
Bush.
Bush started the war. Yeah.
That was very, very unfortunate.
Yeah.
We're just we didn't
20 years. 20 years.
Yeah, we didn't know why we were there. We're just there.
Yeah, I mean it's sad that guys that finished their tour of the first one have children that are in the third one.
Yeah, and they're coming out deformed and screwed up because of all the vaccinations they were exposed to.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of
that they're forced to make. That they're forced to take. Hey, tell me about the burn pits.
Burn pit.
You were the first one. I looked up online. I didn't the first time I heard it. I remember you telling me about it like 2 years ago.
The burn pits.
And I looked it up online. I was like, no way. They actually do this?
Oh yeah, you wouldn't believe what you find in the burn pit.
Everything. They burn everything. Plastic. You name it.
They change it. One of the contractors. One of the contractors over there. They change the tire. They take it out to the burn pit and they torch it because the money. They want the money coming in to keep. It's ridiculous. I mean, it was the smell is filled with a laundry list of chemicals I can't even imagine. I don't have the words.
So this smoke would be going through the camp constantly.
Oh yeah, you'll smell it. It's posted a couple miles away, but you see billows of black smoke.
Well, if the wind's blowing right,
yeah,
it can blow right to you. I mean, on the wrong day, you're getting what are you gonna?
We're smelling it. We're sucking it
in. Were you issued a mask then?
Big mask thing.
There'd be a good time to wear a mask.
That'd be the best time to
wear a mask. Yeah.
We're told to wear a gas mask on some occasions, but over there it really doesn't work. It's just nasty. The air, the filth, the crud that's in those burn pits is ridiculous. The poisons.
So just out of curiosity, I'm just throwing this out there because I don't know the first thing about how military really operates. Never really been involved. It's just I see it on TV. But we always have landfills here.
Yeah, yeah.
Why didn't they just dig a hole and bury the crap?
You got me. You got
me.
You got me. When it comes to that stuff, they like burning stuff. I guess to cover up the tracks, but guess what? It's all being, it's ridiculous. It's to waste money.
Yeah.
It was to waste money.
Oh, the waste money so that you get more products in.
Right. It's just
because it's all about the military-industrial complex.
It's about waste. I mean, they waste. I've heard some other stories. They find weapons in there. They find gear in there. They find all kinds of stuff in there. Krejcik, you're going on shit detail to the burn pit. Okay, great. I'm just sifting through, throwing.
That's why I always wondered why the ordnance they collected from they'd be on the news and they're blowing it up. I'm like, why don't they keep it? Why don't they reuse it? But the military doesn't need.
I'd love to see that stuff in a pawn shop. I'd like to get it all like a canteen or some nice set of NVGs or some really cool stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
That they burn it.
That's true. With the surplus nowadays, you can make a fortune off the garbage.
Yeah, the stuff. I mean,
that's so weird.
I wish the stuff we're forced to throw away. I can name stuff we're forced to throw away.
And they're just burning it.
They're just throwing it away, tossing it out.
Huh.
It's ridiculous. We had these little 1-gallon buckets for showers, portable showers. I bet you they sell for $20 a pop on the market. Instead of wasting stuff. Why are we wasting stuff? Yeah. We just stop wasting stuff.
Well, the military's never been one to conserve or recycle or whatever.
Just throw stuff away. All this new uniform stuff, we just stick to
made in China.
We just stick to one.
Do you know that? Is a U.S. military uniform made in China?
Honestly, don't know.
Because I was surprised to know that the last Olympics, all the U.S. Olympic, was made in China. It's not made in the U.S.
Yeah.
Was not made in the U.S.
No, everything's made in China.
China.
Yeah, it's silly. It's beyond silly.
Yeah.
Speaking of China, oh boy, look what's coming on the 20th.
What's coming on the 20th?
Somebody's going to be raising their right hand on the 20th.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm really frightened.
Yeah, so is everybody else. That's why D.C. is burning now.
Oh,
There's a bunch of scared people.
I didn't know that. So these peaceful supporters are trying.
I'm sure it's another peaceful riot. Mostly peaceful.
Yeah,
mostly peaceful. Okay.
I'm glad I never went. I'm glad I even wasted the gas or even thought of going over there. It's all
You know what? I would have gone if it was a little closer, but I'm like, it's way too far.
I wouldn't. Don't go near crowds.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
going to tell you why. Go near crowds. Big possibility for martial law. They can surround you. Whoever steps outside that circle gets shot. So just stay away from crowds.
Friendly fire.
Yes, friendly fire.
Mostly friendly.
Mostly friendly. Yeah, if they're a good shot. And I was. No, toward the end, being a cook. It all depends on what base you're at. It can be really sham and really fun, or it can be bust your ass, balls in the wall.
Yeah.
And word garrison means everybody. You're going to cook for 700 to 1,400 people a day. It's hard work. When I was in Iraq, my first tour, we had 4,000 people fed in 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yes. They were lined up outside, looked like Walmart Black Friday. Yeah, in over 130, 140 degree heat. Ridiculous. It was really hot over there. Ridiculous. I know a lot of people that
20 minutes. Jeez, that's fast.
Yeah, 4,000 people fed in 20 minutes. You know, I'll tell you what the serving line was like. Oh wow! Don't think about it. Just put
How many serving lines did you have? You had to have more than one.
We had two. We had to have one giant one.
Just one giant one, really?
One giant one sifting through. Boom.
Interesting.
One giant one sifting through. Boom.
Huh.
And we're just in a row, and you're so fast at serving, it's ridiculous. You don't think about it, you don't feel it. You just put it on a tray, go, put it on a tray, go, put it on a tray, go. And you keep on going, and keep on going, and keep on going. You're not going to stop. It is go, 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 boom, 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 boom.
For hours.
Don't think about it, just go. Mm-hmm. And finally everybody's fed. If you want seconds, come on up and get some seconds. Chances are it can be really good chow, or it can be really screwed up. All depends on what contractor is over there. You got Circa and Gulf Coast. Don't get Circa. You want Gulf Coast because they're really good. They're a really good contractor. I don't know where they're from. They're nationals from other countries.
Gulf Coast. It sounds like Mississippi, actually.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But they're overseas.
Oh, they're overseas.
They're overseas.
I don't know.
They're an overseas contractor.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wanted to work for them when I got out, but I was, you know what? I'm too sick and too messed up.
So they actually hired a catering company when they went there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
I thought the Army had their own chefs and everything, and
they had a separate caterers.
Oh, that's weird.
Caterers. But
okay.
It's all about money. They're shelling out all the money.
Yeah.
I remember walking around. I got about to put on dish detail. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oceans of pots and pans that never stop coming in. Tons of it. I remember smelling all. What's that smell? And I smelled this really good food. It was. They're the Indian people. They're cooking Indian curry chicken on their own. Cooking their own little meal. He's like, hey, come on over here.
Were these like civilians you guys hired?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I bet.
They have their own little campsite. They're like, hey, come on over, get a little bit. And sit yeah. We'd stuff our faces and we'd work it.
Nobody eats better than a cook.
Oh man, you hide, you eat. The Indian curry chicken was awesome.
Yeah.
I was our own little thing. They didn't serve to everybody else. The cooks are cooking their own little thing.
Yeah.
They'll have a little hide meal. He's like, we're not going to tell nobody. We're just going to cook this on its own. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And the scenery was interesting. The artwork over there is incredible.
Yeah, you were telling me about the kitchens. Well, too bad it was a rubble by the time you saw it. But
some of it was, but all I know is, geez. I think we helped a lot of people. The occupying thing needs to stop.
Yeah.
It really, really does. It's destroying our economy. We're occupying. We're making them mad.
I think we've already pissed them off.
Oh yeah. I think they want their country back. We want to be left alone.
You know what? So do we.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
from the same government.
Yeah. It's getting.
Yeah, it's pretty much the whole world is like, will you leave us the frick alone? Even us.
It's getting frightening. It really is. It's getting very frightening. We're also facing a Carrington event. What the sun's going to do? That's most likely why all this garbage is going on.
A Carrington event?
But the sun. Remember the solar flare attack in 1859.
Oh, the solar flares are going to hit?
Remember 2012? Remember the thing of 2012?
With the Mayans?
Yeah, remember that? Remember that thing of 2012? Well, we're in solar cycle 25.
Okay.
With the sun.
Uh-huh.
That's most likely we're going to see action from the sun between 2021 and 2022.
How do they... Is it on time... Like the sun, like, every 100 years shoots us? How do they... I thought it was all sporadic with the sun.
The sun, it goes in different cycles, different phases. It can be really cool, and some Mother Nature's heating it up. And the sun's been firing off a lot of fires lately. It really has, very large ones. And luckily, there's one that happened.
Actually, in our hemisphere, we probably would be okay down here. It's northern hemisphere.
All depends on where you're at. If you're in the right spot, you should be a lot better off than most people. It's going to be screwed up in a lot of areas. It really is. But
Yeah, I remember hearing about the one in the 1800s. They're kind of lucky that the population was so low.
right.
But nowadays, if the same one happened, it would be catastrophic.
Yeah.
And all over, just not just the U.S. either. It'd be Russia. It'd be all over the top
Right.
hemisphere, or the top and bottom, or is it just the top?
I think it's just the top.
Just the top. Okay.
I think it's just the top. All I know is we're in for some serious times. We really are. It's only. I don't know. I didn't know about the damage in D.C.
I just kind of heard that on the radio.
Yeah.
I don't know that the rioters stormed some building. I don't know what it was, and then apparently they called the National Guard and they pushed them back and.
Oh, that's why. Okay, I understand now. I get it. This whole country's praying for something better. Really is. Massive prayer is important. I think so.
We'll see. Like I keep telling everybody, we've got really nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You can yell and scream all you want, but in the
Right.
end, it's not really up to us.
Right. Has any of the elections votes ever counted?
True.
No.
No. Yeah. Who are we trying to kid?
Right. Whoever. I mean, look, they did it to Ron Paul. They did
it to Al Gore.
They did it to Al Gore.
And that was a travesty.
That was insane. I didn't know anything about it. I was in the military. I didn't know anything about it. Nothing.
Dude, I was there. I was at a bar in Miami, and I was watching on TV. It turned blue. Everybody cheered, and then like 15 minutes later, it turned red, and it was like, whoa, that's weird. And then come to find out, it was Jeb Bush was a governor, and it was just all kind of this shady, conspiracy talk. And then years later, sure enough, they had a whole report on how they rigged a counting machine. And everybody's like, oh, no, that can't happen now. Okay, sure. Okay.
Yep, definitely want to get back on these vaccines. People need to watch these. People need to do the best they can to get away from these vaccines. Do not take these vaccines no matter what they tell you, because they're going to damage you big time. They're going to own your body. They're going to change your genetics. They're going to screw with your mind. They're going to do all kinds of nasty stuff.
So you're definitely not taking the vaccine.
Oh no, I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it. There's reasons why people need to know where to go.
I agree. I'm a little weary about a vaccine that's rushed, but at the same time, I tell people this too. I'm like, we're poor. Don't worry about it. They're not even giving you the vaccine for another year or two.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have the vaccine in a month. No, you're not.
Right.
No, you're not.
It could be a bunch.
So I'm like, there's going to be millions of people that take this stupid vaccine before I ever even are given the option. So I don't really care anyway.
Right.
It's not something I'm worrying about.
I've been on interferon for the hepatitis C virus. I've been treated for it because I made the military treatment for it.
Mm-hmm. Where'd you get hepatitis C?
My surgery in central Baghdad. I had my appendix removed in my first tour. That's what happened.
Ooh.
And I came out hot on it.
So was that a military facility?
Yeah.
And you got hepatitis C, so
yeah.
Of course, why wouldn't they pay for it?
I was part of the outbreak of it. There's an outbreak in 2003 of hepatitis C, and I didn't know anything about it, but I got it. But once my NCICs caught wind of it, I was put in the supply room to sort out cans and got off the outside line from serving, because the military is very strict on that. But it's okay. The medication I was on almost killed me. I took the first shot. When I took the first shot, I went into some sort of seizure. I took the medication they told me not to take. I took some Advil. Said, don't take that. And you know what? I took it anyway. I'm going to die anyway. Took it, fell fast asleep, woke up, and I managed to take it. I took care of it. But I didn't know what it was doing to my brain. Created blood clots inside my brain, all throughout my brain.
How do you know that?
Because I had to read about it. I felt it. I didn't know what was going on inside my head. I didn't know. I thought, well, I was exposed to explosions, but I didn't know what this stuff was doing. But now I know. It took me 8 or 9. It took me about over 8 years to figure that out. I read about it. Heard about it. And
You ever thought about taking psilocybin?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Well, it's supposed to heal your brain.
I found nascent iodine and washed it out. I never felt better.
What is it called?
Nascent iodine.
I've never heard of that.
Nascent iodine is a natural earth crystal that's made in the earth, and it's like a couple hundred miles below the earth, and it cured it. The InfoWars brand vitamins saved my life. I've been taking it ever since. Washed it out, never felt better. Got my hearing back.
So you got these vitamins off InfoWars?
Yes.
No shit.
I like their
I
vitamins.
didn't even know they sold vitamins.
Go to their store. Their vitamins saved my life.
Now say that again. It's the what crystal?
It's called a deep earth crystal.
Deep earth crystal.
It's like a deep
and they
sea
grind
salt.
it up and they put it in a pill.
They put it in. It's like a droplet. You can take drops.
They liquefy crystal.
Somehow.
Is that possible?
I'm not sure.
I'm so sure that's possible.
They mix it up. All I know is it comes from it.
Oh, okay.
And all I know is it worked. Never felt better. Been taking it ever since. It's never been so clear. All I know is that's what their vitamins did. I like his vitamins.
Yeah. Hey, whatever works for you. That's what I
Right.
say. You know.
It's like, yeah.
You know, if it makes you happy, go for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love his vitamins. I don't know. I feel a lot better though.
Yeah. Cool.
It's pretty interesting. But under my under regulation, I wasn't allowed to stay in the military. Under AR 40-501, I got let go, and I didn't want to see Iraq anymore. I didn't want to see those wars anymore.
Wait, let me back you up a little bit. You said AR what?
That's the Army regulation. Army regulation. AR stands for Army regulation.
Okay.
40-501. Anybody can look this up. They're going to know it. Chronic disease, chronic medication. That ended my career right there.
Having hepatitis. Really?
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't want to see Iraq again anymore anyway.
I don't see why. You
I
know.
don't ever want to see that war ever again. I don't want to be part of that meat grinder, that big lie ever again. I wish I could have stayed in and did 20 years. I probably could have pulled it off.
I think that the name itself is kind of the biggest lie.
Right.
Iraqi Freedom 3.
3, and yeah, it's insane.
Like what? How many times do you have to free somebody? I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
That's just like that right there tells you how stupid it is.
Right. But all I know is, I had some good meals. One of my favorite meals to make was hamburger yakisoba.
You got to tell me how you make that.
That is fantastic.
Okay, how do you make it?
Noodles, with spaghetti noodles.
Uh huh.
You take hamburger. They put soy in it. Don't put the soy in there. I don't like the soy.
Okay.
You take hamburger, ginger, celery, onions, garlic, salt, pepper, and I like to put chili flakes in it.
Chili flakes. Okay.
Like chili flakes in it, and you cook it. You boil up the noodles like it's a.
So it's kind of like a spaghetti, but you take the tomato sauce out.
Right. There's no.
But
no
you
tomato
season up
sauce.
the beef a little bit.
Right, and also bell peppers.
Oh, bell peppers. Okay.
Also bell peppers, and it's
What's the name of it again?
hamburger yakisoba.
Yakisoba. Okay. Is that Japanese?
I'm not sure.
Sounds
I think it is Japanese.
Yakisoba.
It was high in calories.
I bet you it was made with soba noodles to begin with.
I think it was. It could have been, but we made it was like spaghetti.
Okay,
We cook it
that's
in-
fine, yeah.
Cooking
About
in
the
a
same thing.
giant tilt grill. I mean, huge, like 5 feet long one way, 3 feet long another way. Giant stainless steel one. And we'd make tons of it. And our NCOs would make. They would usually handle the turkeys, or what's called steamship round. They weigh about
Yeah.
They weigh about 80 pounds.
Yeah, you know what a steamship is, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's for those of people that don't know what. Why don't you explain it? What part of the cow? It's
I'm not sure what it is.
it's the leg.
It's the leg.
It's the leg and the hip.
Okay.
It's what it is, and when you stand it up, it looks like a steamship, and that's where the
Okay.
name came from.
Oh.
So it's kind of like it's the ideal roast beef for banquets
Right.
because you can
It was a holiday thing.
slice it. Yeah,
The holiday thing. The
yeah, it's
holiday
great to
thing.
slice. So
We
steamships
did-
are real popular in Vegas.
We did that a lot in the military on holidays. Christmas Day, we cook a big meal and serve maybe 7 people. That's it. Because it's a ghost post. Everybody's gone. They're all gone.
Oh,
to sleep.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like having the holidays off then.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have
Party
some-
time for the kitchen.
And we place bets on how many people come in. I would always win because I'd always give the closest guess. I'm all, how many people coming in, Krejcik? I'm all, about between 6 and 7. Guess what? I won the
pool?
I won the $14 pool. Bam. Yep, I'd win that. Everybody throwing $1, Krejcik would win that one. Yeah, pretty insane. We put out all this food, or 7 people. Pretty insane.
I mean, wouldn't you like cook it down, or was there a certain amount regulation-wise you had to cook? Get out of here.
Yes.
Even though you know 7 people are showing up, you still have to put out.
Right.
Wow.
We have to put out a big meal for a minimum of 5 people. That's in the regulations.
Huh.
Under AR 670 650-1.
It's amazing you know all these regulations.
I had a pretty good memory in the military. Pretty good. I was my NCOIC's Rolodex. I memorized his.
Do you feel like your memory's gone since the vaccines?
It's been damaged. But parts of it are slowly coming back as I'm repairing it. Being out of the military, trying to get used to
with the crystal pills.
Right. They're the nascent
deep earth crystal pills.
The nascent iodine is a droplet.
Nascent iodine.
The iodine has been helping my brain. The vitamins helping my brain recover. It's a long road to recovery. We're not done yet. There's no way. That type military life will take a lot out of you. It really will.
Sure.
And being a cook, you lose a lot of sleep. You do, but
that's a long shift, man.
That's hard work.
Especially what you were talking 130-degree heat.
130, 140 degrees.
And you're out there, you got to put out, what, 700, 800 meals in 20 minutes?
Yeah. I mean, I remember I was in central Baghdad. I put out a meal. I was the one cooking, no kidding, in central Baghdad, my first tour. And guess what I was doing? I put out a steak meal for 1,400 people, and I memorized every single meal, all the portions inside all the containers on each section. I'm on the ones for my memory of 150, 160, 200, 230, 240, Alpha Bravo Delta Echo Charlie and Fox would get all their meals out. I memorized it all. And you know what happened? A lot of the NCOs when they come pick up the chow, I got a standing ovation. I never got any thanks for it. But guess what? I put out a lot of food. I threw it down in 135 degree heat.
The machine.
Yes, I was a machine. I was well oiled. I busted my ass. I put out a 1,400 steak meal, 1,400 people in central Baghdad. And I put out a serious meal. I made it taste pretty good for the place where we're at. And whatever they send us, you got to sort through it, look for the mold. If there's any mold, you got to throw it away. Okay, it's garbage, throw it away. Look for the mold because it's always moldy. We always ended up with food that they had food shortages, really did. MREs, T-Rats.
And this is just from a logistics point of view, like you couldn't get the food there fast enough, or
right,
what was it? Or do you even know?
It was a supply line.
It was a supply line?
Supply line. The being cut off. It was ridiculous. Being slowed down. It was insane.
Not by the enemy, but by politics?
Probably politics.
Okay, because I didn't think the enemy really could slow down our supply lines, and that's a problem.
I wouldn't doubt it, but it was politics and garbage. All I know is we had a mysterious food problem.
Food shortage, yeah, which blows my mind in the first...
Yeah, we have billions of dollars, yet we can't feed our troops.
Yeah,
Again,
that's insane. That's amazing.
That needs to... It was crazy.
Yeah.
All I know is we had MREs and T-Rats.
Which suck, by the way.
Yeah,
I just want to go right out there and say that. I've tasted a few MREs. And,
oh, yeah. They're...
Hey, in a pinch, it's nice to know that these things will never rot, but wow, they're terrible.
Yes, they are. They'll stop you
and the bread. Like, what is this, like, biscuit thing that comes with? I mean, what is that? I can't even describe it. It's like a cross between a cracker and bread, and it's not either.
It is a bread that has been dried up and shrunken and put into a package.
Are you supposed to add water to it?
Amazingly, we didn't.
Oh.
Amazingly, we didn't.
Yeah, because I would just eat it and I'm just like...
Eat it. Like, you want to eat it slow with a lot of water. You want to eat
it so it fills up.
You want to eat it with a lot of water.
Oh, that's...
Okay.
You
eat a lot of water. You know, a lot of water.
I did find amazing was that that you could that thing that you like they had a pack with the MREs, like you pull out the little pack, it had like, you know, spaghetti and meatballs or whatever it was.
Right.
You stick it in the other thing, you break, and then you throw it in there, and it heats up.
That's the heat.
Like you couldn't even touch it; it got so hot.
Right.
And then you just kind of like let it go, and then you pull it out, and you got a hot meal.
Yep. And
I was pretty cool.
It's pretty neat. We also use those to play pranks on each other.
Oh,
oh yeah.
I bet.
You take that little heater
and just throw it on somebody while they're sleeping.
MRE heater. You put it in the 2-quart water bottle that's over there. You stuff that inside there. And you fill a little bit of water, put the cap on there, and chuck it out there. Boom! Makes a bomb sound. And you play jokes, throw them in the barracks, throw it outside. All kinds of jokes. We all kinds of dumb pranks on each other. Or we call it tear gas. You take the emery heater, you put hot sauce in it. You throw it out there, it creates a chemical reaction, makes it burn your nose. Yeah, all kinds of horrible jokes.
Are you sure that's not what happened?
Yeah, right. And we play all kinds of horrible jokes on each other. Make loud noises or make tear gas. Make some tear gas. Throw it in there. Boom.
That's
throw it in
funny.
the barracks and just gas them up, make you sick, go outside and throw up. It's pretty fun.
And it's just that. Hey, are those cameras turning off?
This one's low battery. I restarted this one.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna step.
Go ahead.
Other than that, yeah, we play some horrible jokes on each other, or we take all the you take the Tootsie Rolls, you take the chocolate, take the peanut butter, you take the chocolate flavoring, you take the chocolate bars, you take not the Skittles, and we make what's called Ranger Taffy. Throw that all together, throw that in there with the coffee, makes a good snack. It keeps you up all night. It's pretty good. We call it Ranger Taffy. Mix it together.
Ranger Taffy.
We call it Ranger Taffy. Mix it together. Eat
That's
it.
funny.
Makes a good pick me up to keep you going.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny. But it's funny how they get a combination. You just make things work regardless.
Oh yeah.
That's just kind of how it is. It's like
they got a little thing of hot sauce in there, salt and pepper packets.
yeah, the world's smallest Tabasco.
We got a little smallest Tabasco. We have that one. That that was like you mix that. Take the Tabasco, you put it on the chicken Alfredo one, the chicken noodle, and it tastes awesome.
Really?
Just heat it up. It's not too shabby. The spaghetti one back in the day was pretty good. Or we get the religious meals called the halal meals. Those are really good. Like the dried soup.
Oh, that's kosher, right?
Right,
Halal.
the kosher.
You know, I bet you that would be a good meal.
Those are really good.
Yeah.
Those are really good because you get Fruit Loops, real Fruit Loops. You get the dried soups, and you get the flavor packets. It's your salt and pepper, and that was like the best ones. Get the ones that were in the white package, the really white one called the winter meal. That's like the best one because you get to heat them up, and they taste really good. And we always wanted those. We were sought after for those. Yeah, pretty wild.
That is wild.
Yep.
What other recipes you got? What other military? This is kind of fun.
We got some fun. We got some more fun ones. You put a. Oh yeah.
Hey, so have you ever seen that movie called The A-Team?
Oh yeah.
So does antifreeze on steak work, or is that just a movie thing?
I think it's a movie thing.
Oh, so you never tried antifreeze as a
Don't put antifreeze.
steak? I personally have not tried that.
Don't do that. Antifreeze is made out of ethylene glycol. It's an instant poison that will crystallize your liver in a heartbeat, kill you.
Ooh.
Yeah, not a smart thing to do.
Ooh. Okay, so that's a movie thing. That's a no-no.
That's a movie thing. No go there.
That's a no-go.
Don't do that one. Oh no, it's the emery heater in a bottle of water. Great noise. Boom!
That's too funny.
Play some pranks on each other.
Yeah.
But you want real stories? Talk to the Marines. Those guys got real stories. Those guys got real stories. I don't know about the other branches, but talk to any Marine, they're going to tell you some.
Oh, I've been giving my Marine shit.
Ooh-wee. They'll give you.
Poor Paul. Paul's been hearing all my crap.
Oh boy.
Once I think he was here in. I heard that China bought Disneyland. I turned to him, or Disneyland in Star Wars. So China owns Star Wars now. I turned to him and I go, "Look at you! You're just drinking a beer, and communists are taking over the West Coast. What kind of a Marine are you?"
Shit. Oh wow, he's a funny guy. Paul's a great guy. He's funny.
He's like, "Shut up."
Yeah, he's a funny guy. Oh no, other than that,
I told him one other thing. I go, the Marine's greatest weakness, Karens.
Bunch of woke Santas.
Bunch of woke Santas.
Bunch of woke Santas. Oh wow. Other than that, it was, yeah. What's another favorite with me? Most of my job when I was cooking, I was when I was back at the rear, where I was mostly on pastries, what's called outside line. I would cut up the pastries and put them out, and I handled the juices and the milk and make sure the milk was out. I'd make sure that stuff was out, and that's what I did. And also sometimes I got to cook some vegetables. I mostly I wanted the tough jobs. I wanted the tough ones because I don't want nobody messing with me. I always kept my mouth shut, kept my nose to the grindstone, and just kept going.
Yeah.
Because this is the way I am.
Yeah, I was in the same way. I like to get the hardest station in the kitchen because I can get away with the most. I don't get fucked with by the chef.
Right.
If you can handle the, it was always like the meat station or the fish station.
Right.
It was always the entree station was always the hardest. So if you could do that, then nobody messed with you.
Right. I wanted to stay in the military, but I'm sorry, that meat grinder, those wars, no way.
I don't blame you. It's really tough to just be over there for really no reason. No reason. These people are not a threat to us.
They're not.
There's absolutely no reason to continue our occupation over there. And just so many people are pissed off, about that. But at the same time, and we're starting to feel it ourselves in our own country.
Oh, yes.
And we're like, whoa, like now they're treating us like they treated all these other countries, and we're like, whoa, wait a minute,
Right. These vaccines. These vaccines, I'll tell you what, don't take them, no matter what. Avoid it. Do what you got to do to get away from it. Don't get no favors from them. Don't, especially when they try to pay you to take them. Don't take it. Because I'm severely damaged from when I was in the military from the vaccines.
Yeah, it's too bad because there's a lot of jobs now that they're forcing people to get tested before they're allowed to work.
That's insane.
So it's only a matter of time before they're forcing them to take a vaccine before they're allowed to work. So it's really like, wow, really?
Yeah, it's insane.
Common cold, huh? This is what we're all freaked out about?
Yeah. You only lose taste in your mouth. And
less than 1% death rate. This is what we're all freaked out about? Okay.
Yeah. I heard what COVID is you lose your taste for 1 week, you lose your smell for 1 week, and that's it. Not even with most cases. Oh, wow. At least most people I talk. There are some severe cases, and there's certainly been some deaths, and I'm not trying to downplay that, but there are still hundreds and thousands of cases where people just A, had no symptoms whatsoever, or B, were only sick for like a day. They still quarantined for 2 weeks, but they were only sick a day, and then they felt fine. And that's I have heard that consistently over and over and over again. And only on the news, and only on these, certain, publications, you'll hear about these extreme cases, but those aren't what I'm seeing. Those are not, what I'm seeing, or I'm seeing a lot of people get COVID, but not really dying from it, and not really getting that sick for very long. Right. And I just had, 3 friends, I'm not going to tell you who they were, but they just, like last week, they told me they got COVID. And then this week they said, well, they had COVID symptoms and they're getting tested. Why are you telling me you got COVID when you don't even know yet? People are getting sick and think they got COVID, and it's like, that's not true. There's the flu, there's pneumonia, there's hepatitis, there's a lot of other stuff out there that's always been out there. Right.
And COVID it used to be the common cold. Now it's something much more serious for some reason. And, we've always had these on a yearly basis. That's why it's the 19th COVID. So I don't understand why there's so many people freaking out.
Right.
In the beginning, we were all a little scared, but at this point, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Can we get this?
Really?
Yeah.
Just, if you're worried about it, if you're that much of a germaphobe, stay the fuck home.
Yeah.
And stop bothering people.
Right.
Geez. You risk your life every time you leave your house. I don't care who you are, what you are, or what the circumstances are. And if you don't want to risk your life, there's more than just COVID.
Right. There's more.
And now more people are dying of other things than COVID. Like COVID's not even the top killer in this country, not by far. I think cars still are.
Yeah.
So are we going to shut down the highways?
Yeah. Right.
I don't get it. What do you?
Right.
Ugh.
Right. Yeah. It's all about control, and they want money. It's money and control. Follow the money trail. Yeah. It needs to stop. We need to go back to normal, but it doesn't look too good.
Nope.
It don't look too good. But we need to fight back. We need to be a lot stronger, a lot tougher.
That's right.
With these government goons. And they want to poison us and own our bodies and put chips on us and weird stuff.
You know what? I would just settle for a legit election and let the votes decide.
Yeah.
Because that's what pisses me off. It's because right now our votes don't matter because we're getting robbed of our elections.
Right.
You know what? I'm sorry if I don't agree with your policy. You know what? You do what you want, but I'll answer my gripes in an election voting. But I want that election to be legit.
Right.
If it's not legit, you're not winning an election legitimately. What the? You know?
What the beep and a beep can we do?
Well, actually, we can cuss all we want. It's a podcast.
Ain't that the shit?
That's right. But this is, hey, we've been like an hour and 10 minutes. I'm not even sure if these cameras are going to still roll. Do you want to just end it now? And all right. And we can always, you know, I wouldn't mind having you back if I keep this going for like 100, 200 episodes. I'll bring you back.
Oh, yeah.
And if I, you know, and then we'll see what happens. But hey,
All those.
thank you so much for taking time and like doing this with me. I really appreciate it.
This is well, I want to get the word out there what's going on with these vaccines.
Sure. Absolutely.
Preparedness, what to do and how to do it. You don't have to. The truth is, you don't have to be filthy rich to get prepared. You got to be really intelligent.
You got to own a gun.
You got to be. You got to use your mind. You got to know where to go because your higher mind will tell you where to go.
Yeah.
It just depends on wherever you're going to go. There's not that many places.
Yeah, see, my cameras are already beeping. All right.